Now we are going to start fourth trigonometric function, that is cosecant function and inverse cosecant function. We have seen the graph of cosec function. Once again, let us see the properties of cosec function from this graph. The domain of the function y is equal to f of x is nothing but the values of real number x which lies on x-axis associated with the graph, and codomain is nothing but the values of y along y-axis which are associated with that graph. In this function, the domain is set of all real values except the integral multiple of pi, while the codomain or range is the set of all real values except open interval -1 to 1, because the graph of cosecant function is above the line y equal to 1 and below the line y equal to -1. If we carefully observe the graph of cosecant function in the interval 0 to 2 pi, then the same graph or curve get repeated in the intervals 2 pi to 4 pi, 4 pi to 6 pi, etc. Also, in the intervals to the left of the y-axis, that is in interval -2 pi to 0, -4 pi to -2 pi, -6 pi to -4 pi, etc. Therefore, cosecant function is periodic and its period is 2 pi. Cosecant function is said to be discontinuous because the graph of cosecant function is not continuous in domain, or this graph is discontinuous at all integral multiples of angle pi. Now, the cosecant function is main-even function as the other trigonometric functions, because for any two values of x there is unique y. The next property, that the graph of cosecant function is not bounded. Therefore, the cosecant function is not bounded because, as shown by red arrows, the graph is above the line y equal to 1 and below the line y equal to -1. The next property, as shown by black colored line, the graph of cosecant function is decreasing in the interval close interval -pi/2 to pi/2 except 0. It is increasing in the interval close interval pi/2 to 3pi/2 except pi. It is decreasing in close interval 3pi/2 to 5pi/2 except 2 pi, and it is increasing in the close interval -3pi/2 to -pi/2 except -pi, and so on. Thus, the graph of cosecant function is either increasing or decreasing in these intervals. So, the function cosecant function is 1, 1 and on 2 in all these respective intervals. Now, as all the intervals are shown between yellow lines, the interval close interval -pi/2 to pi/2 except 0 is called as principal branch, and the angle theta in this branch is called as principal value of that cosecant function. Now, in this figure, both the graphs of y equal to cosec x and y equal to cosec inverse x are shown. In both these graphs, the domain of cosec x and cosec inverse x is along x-axis, while the codomain is along y-axis. As both functions are the inverses of each other, we can easily observe the change in the directions of curves in both these graphs. The half portion of the graph of cosec x is above the line y is equal to 1 and below the line y equal to minus 1, while the graph of cosec inverse of x is to the left of x equal to minus 1 and the remaining half portion of cos inverse x is to the right of x equal to 1. Now let us see some observations from the graph of y equal to cosec inverse x. Now observe the graph of y equal to cosec inverse of x. Here the graph of cosec inverse of x is to the right side of violet line x equal to 1 and to the left of violet line x equal to minus 1. So the domain for cosec inverse of x is a set of all real numbers on x-axis except the open interval minus 1 to 1. To obtain the range of cosec inverse of x, we will see the values of y along y-axis. The portion of the graph marked with black colored lines lies between the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 except the y equal to 0. Therefore, the codomain for this cosec inverse of x is closed interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 except 0. Here the curve shown by dark black line in the closed interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 except 0 is strictly decreasing. Therefore, the function cos inverse of x is 1 1 and on 2. Thus we can define the function cosec inverse from r minus open interval minus 1 to 1 to close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 except 0, where x belongs to the domain r minus open interval minus 1 to 1 and the theta belongs to range close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. Therefore, if cosec theta equal to x, then we can write cosec inverse of x equal to theta. Now let us see one example of finding principal value of cosec inverse x. Here cos of pi by 6 equal to 2, where 2 belongs to the set of real numbers except the open interval minus 1 to 1 and pi by 6 is obviously belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 except 0. Therefore, cosec inverse of 2 is equal to pi by 6. Hence, the principal value of cosec inverse of 2 is pi by 6. Now at this stage, we can conclude two important notes. First one is cosec inverse of x is equal to x for x belongs to set of real numbers minus open interval minus 1 to 1. And the second note is cosec inverse of cosec of y is equal to y for y belongs to close interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 except 0. Now it's a time to learn about secant function and inverse secant function. Now let us see the fifth trigonometric function, that is secant function and inverse secant function and their graphs. Now see the graph of secant function, that is of the function y equal to sec x. Here we will see the nature of the graph of secant function and its properties. See this colored graph of secant function. In this graph, the numbers or values or points associated with this function are shown by orange colored line except the points shown by black hollow circles which lie on x-axis. The numbers associated with the orange colored portion gives us the domain of this second function. Therefore, it is the set of all real numbers except the odd integral multiples of angle pi by 2, which are nothing but pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, etc. as shown in figure by hollow black circles. Now, as the graph of second function is above the line y equal to 1 and below the line y equal to minus 1, therefore the values on y-axis or numbers on y-axis associated with this graph are all real numbers except the open interval minus 1 to 1. Therefore, the range of second function is r minus open interval minus 1 to 1. The second function is periodic as the portion of the graph of second function in the interval 0 to 2 pi get repeated in the intervals 2 pi to 4 pi, 4 pi to 6 pi, etc. also in the intervals to the left of y-axis, that is in intervals minus 2 pi to 0, minus 4 pi to minus 2 pi, minus 6 pi to minus 4 pi, etc. Therefore, the second function is periodic and its period is 2 pi. Like cosecant function, this second function is also discontinuous function because the graph of second function is not continuous in domain R as shown by black hollow circles. This graph is discontinuous at all odd integral multiples of angle pi by 2. It means there is no value of y when x equal to pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, etc. or minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, minus 5 by 2, minus 7 pi by 2, etc. It is clear from the graph that the curves tends to positive infinity in upward direction and to the negative infinity in the downward direction. Therefore, this graph is not bounded anywhere. Therefore, the function is said to be unbounded function. As there are so many values of x for which there is unique y, therefore, like other functions, this second function is also many one function. As shown by the black colored curve, the second function is strictly increasing function in the interval 0 to pi except pi by 2. In the graph, once again see, it is decreasing in the interval pi to 2 pi except 3 pi by 2. It is strictly only increasing in the interval 2 pi to 3 pi minus 5 pi by 2. Similarly, it is decreasing in the interval minus pi by 2 to 0 except negative pi by 2 and so on. Thus, second function is either only increasing or only decreasing function in particular intervals. Therefore, it is 1, 1 and on to in those intervals. Hence, we can write the inverse function of second function in all these intervals. All the intervals in which the second function is 1, 1 and on to are shown by dotted blue lines. Among all these intervals, the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 except 0 is called as principal branch of second function, and the angle theta in this branch is called as the principal value of that inverse trigonometric function. Now see the difference between the graphs of y equal to sec x and y equal to sec inverse of x. The graph of sec x is above the line y equal to 1 and below the line y equal to minus 1, while the graph of y equal to sec inverse x is to the right of line x equal to 1 and to the left of line x equal to minus 1. Here, the domain of the sec inverse x is the codomain of function sec x, and it is nothing but the set of all real values r minus open interval -1 to 1. And as this inverse second function is 1 1 and on 2 in the intervals like close interval 0 to pi except pi by 2. Therefore, to define inverse second function, we will take the codomain as close interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. If we see the portion of the graph between two pink lines which are parallel to x-axis, then the graph is discontinuous in this interval 0 to pi except pi by 2, and it is increasing only. Therefore, it is 1 1 and on 2. But the graph of second inverse function is not bounded because it is to the right of line x equal to 1 and it is in the left side of line x equal to -1, and the curves tends to infinity in both the directions. Therefore, thus this function is not a bounded function. Thus we can define the inverse second function as a function from r minus open interval -1 to 1 to close interval 0 to pi except pi by 2. Here x belongs to r minus open interval -1 to 1 and the angle theta belongs to close interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Therefore, if sec theta is equal to x, then we can write sec inverse of x equal to theta, where theta is the principal value of sec inverse x and it belongs to the principal branch of inverse second function, that is close interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Let us see one simple example here. Sec of pi equal to -1, where -1 belongs to set of real numbers except the open interval -1 to 1 and pi belongs to close interval 0 to pi except pi by 2. As -1 belongs to the domain of inverse sec x and pi belongs to the range of inverse sec x, therefore we can write sec inverse of -1 equal to pi. Therefore, the principal value of sec inverse of -1 is pi. Now, from all these discussions, let us note the two important points as first one, sec of sec inverse x equal to x for x belongs to r minus open interval -1 to 1, and the second point is sec inverse of sec y is equal to y for y belongs to close interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Now move towards the last trigonometric function, that is cotangent function and inverse cotangent function. Let us see the graph of cotangent function, that is y equal to cot x. In this graph, when theta equal to 0, cot 0 is not defined. Similarly, cot pi is not defined, cot minus pi is not defined. Therefore, this graph is disconnected for the values such as theta or angle is equal to 0, pi, minus pi, 2 pi, minus 2 pi, 3 pi, minus 3 pi, etc. Therefore, we are observing the parts of graph of cotangent x between the interval 0 to pi, then pi to 2 pi, 3 pi to 2 pi to 3 pi, minus pi to 0, minus 2 pi to minus pi, etc. and so on. Here, yellow line indicates some part of cotangent function and it indicates that this graph tends to positive infinity, also towards negative infinity. Therefore, the values of y are all real numbers along y-axis. Therefore, the codomain for this cotangent function is a set of real numbers, while the domain is a set of real numbers except the values 0, pi, minus pi, 2 pi, minus 2 pi, etc. Those are nothing but the integral multiple of pi. Therefore, domain is r minus all integral multiples of pi. If we observe the graph of cotangent function carefully, then we will find that the portion of the graph of cotangent function in the interval 0 to pi get repeated in the intervals pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, etc. to the right of y-axis. Also, in the intervals to the left of y-axis, that is in intervals minus pi to 0, minus 2 pi to pi, minus pi, minus 3 pi to minus 2 pi, etc. Therefore, the cotangent function is periodic and its period is pi. The next property is about continuity. Here, the cotangent function is also a discontinuous function because the graph of the cotangent function is not continuous in domain r along x-axis, as shown by yellow lines. This graph is discontinuous at the points 0, pi, minus pi, 2 pi, minus 2 pi, 3 pi, minus 3 pi, which are nothing but the multiples of pi, that is all integral multiples of pi. Next property says that this function is not a bounded function because the graph of cotangent function tends to positive infinity or also it tends to negative infinity. It means it is not bounded. Therefore, the function is not a bounded function. Similar to other functions, cotangent function is also a many-one function because for many values of x there is unique y. Now let us see whether the function is increasing or decreasing. This cotangent function is decreasing in all the intervals shown by purple lines. That is, it is increasing in the intervals minus 2 pi to minus pi, open interval minus pi to 0, open interval 0 to pi, open interval pi to 2 pi, open interval 2 pi to 3 pi, etc. Obviously, as this cotangent function is only decreasing in those intervals, therefore it is 1 1 and on 2 in all those particular intervals. Now the last property is about principal branch. Here all the open intervals 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, or minus pi to 0, minus 2 pi to minus pi, minus 3 pi to minus 2 pi, etc. The interval 0, open interval 0 to pi is called as the principal branch for this function, and the angle belonging to this branch is called as the principal value of that function. Now let us see the graphs of both the functions cotangent and inverse cotangent function. If you observe the graph of cotangent function, then it has vertical curves, while the inverse cotangent function has horizontal curves. If we see the domain and codomain of function y equal to cot x and function y equal to cot inverse x, then the domain for the function y equal to cot x is set of all real values on x-axis except 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, also minus pi, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi, etc. And the codomain or range is a set of real numbers which lie along y-axis. While in case of y equal to cot inverse x, the domain is a set of all real numbers which lie along x-axis. But the range or codomain is restricted here, and it is open interval 0 to pi or open interval pi to 2 pi or open interval 2 pi to 3 pi, etc. Also below x-axis open interval minus pi to 0 or open interval minus 2 pi to minus pi, etc. Therefore the domain for the cot inverse x is set of real numbers, while the range is open interval 0 to pi or open interval pi to 2 pi, open interval 2 pi to 3 pi, or open interval minus pi to 0, or open interval minus 2 pi to minus pi, or open interval minus 3 pi to minus 2 pi, etc. In all these intervals we can define inverse cotangent function. If we see the graph of inverse cotangent function, if the range is open interval 0 to pi, then this graph represented by black color line is a continuous function. Inverse cotangent function is bounded function between the two lines y equal to 0 and y equal to pi, which are shown here by blue lines. As the line, black line is decreasing, therefore the function cot inverse x is also decreasing in this interval 0 to pi. Also it is 1 1 and on 2. The open intervals 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, etc. Also open intervals minus pi to 0, minus 2 pi to minus pi, minus 3 pi to minus 2 pi, etc. These are nothing but the branches of inverse cotangent function. But the branch of open interval 0 to pi is known as the principal branch of inverse cotangent function, and the angle belongs to this principal branch is called as the principal value of that function. Thus let us define the inverse cotangent function from the set of real numbers r to open interval 0 to pi, where x belongs to the domain r and theta belongs to the range open interval 0 to pi, which is the principal branch of this inverse function. Therefore if cot theta equal to x, then we can write cot inverse of x equal to theta. Now let us see one example related to the principal value of inverse cotangent function. Here, if the trigonometric equation is given as cot of pi by 3 equal to 1 upon root 3. Obviously 1 upon root 3 is a real number and pi by 3 belongs to open interval 0 to pi. As pi by 3 belongs to the principal branch of inverse cotangent function, therefore we can take here inverse function of the given cotangent function. Therefore cot inverse of 1 upon root 3 is equal to pi by 3. Therefore the principal value of cot inverse of 1 upon root 3 is pi by 3. Now note the important results about cotangent function and inverse cotangent function. The first result is cotangent function of cot inverse of x is equal to x for x belongs to set of all real numbers. The second result is cot inverse of cot of y is equal to y for all y belongs to open interval 0 to pi, which is the principal branch of inverse cotangent function. Now it's time to recap the lectures. In these lectures we have learned all trigonometric functions, their graphs and properties, also inverse trigonometric function and their graphs, some observations of inverse trigonometric functions from their graphs, definition of all these inverse trigonometric functions, examples of principal values related to inverse trigonometric functions, and some important notes. After watching this lecture, make your notes, and if you have any doubt anywhere, then see that part once again from this lecture and clear your doubts. In next lecture, we will learn the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay? Till then, bye bye.